Ci vediamo più tardi.
The passengers for flight 6814 to Honolulu are asked to please present themselves for boarding at gate...
Ladies and gentlemen, please have your passports and boarding passes ready for inspection.
Hello, I am Test Drive, and welcome to Test Drive Unlimited, the game that I actually received or got my name from. Or the, do I have to click on it? I have to click on it. Yeah, but that's, you know, Test Drive. My name is this is where it comes from. This game, back on the PSP, whenever I was trying to make a profile to play online, all I could think of was the game I was playing, and you know, it happened to be Test Drive Unlimited. So yeah, this is it. I still don't like any of these characters because this guy, he looks so shady. Like, look at that face. Look at him. Look at him. I don't know, man. Sure, I'll pick this guy. Why not? Later, idiots. But yeah, welcome to Oahu, Hawaii, for our newest Let's Play. The game that I've been wanting to play for the longest time, but for some reason haven't. We are now doing that. And I've decided, hey, I'm just going to play through all of the games that I really thoroughly enjoy. And that starts out with this game. So expect a lot more games like... you probably know the games I like a lot by now. Maybe. Expect lots more good racing games in the near future after we finish this. But we're playing on the PC as well, if you didn't notice. And here's some more stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be shortly commencing our descent into Honolulu. The temperature on the ground is 77 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies and 55% humidity. Excuse me. Can I ask you to fasten your seatbelt, please?
And so here we are in Hawaii for the beginning of the game. V-Rent, rent a car, because that's something you can do in this game. So basically, if you don't know what Test Drive Unlimited 1 is, Test Drive Unlimited 2 is quite a bit different in the way it has a story and all that. But welcome to Hawaii. You have to rent a car to start, blah, 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 blah. Go ahead and choose. If you're online, blah, 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 blah. Basically, the story of this game is you have $200,000 that you've saved up, and you go to live in Hawaii and you do races and stuff. That's the story of this game, and it's fantastic. And we have a decent choice, or a decent set of choices of cars to use for the beginning, which are only going to be used for like 4 minutes, I think, like 5 minutes. So you know, let's just go with the lowest lease are, and you can run them for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. On the PSP version of this game, the PS2 version, you can run them for like an hour or 2 hours, like of in-game or like real time. It's kind of crazy. Speaking of which, the if you have played the PS2 or PSP version, this is going to be quite a bit different. It's basically the same, but the scoring or the progression system works a lot different. And how do I? There we go. This game does get a little weird on PC with the shifting for whatever reason, but here we are. As you can see, my rental duration is up on top left. We have 2.5 miles to go until we reach our destination, which will be a, I believe it is a, like a real estate agency. Because yeah, those exist in this game because you buy houses in this game and you store your cars in the houses.
Destination is 2 miles
And like I said,
away.
you were basically kind of rich at $200,000, which is like, hey, let's just move to Hawaii and forget everything.
At the
Not
next
bring any cars
intersection,
with you or anything.
turn right.
Yeah, I'm glad to finally just be able to play. Well, not really be able to.
Destination is 1.5
I've been able to play through this
miles
game, you know, for a while, but just to actually physically do it is great. It's got a great selection of cars. The map is great. Just like basically everything about this game is fantastic, as you will see as I progress through the game.
Destination is 1 mile
The physics are a little bit iffy. That's the only thing that I'm really not 100% like happy about. You can modify them to be better, but I've decided to go through this pretty much unmodded because there's actually a decent amount of mods for this game on PC. And for now, well, at least for now, I'm just gonna stick with it just normal-wise, and we'll just do it all natural. Although sadly, I probably will have to cheat in the future because it's almost impossible to progress through the game at one point because you have to get achievements, basically like Xbox 360 achievements, to progress through the game. And a lot of those achievements are based on online stuff, and the online for this game has went down. So you can't easily progress through the game, so basically you can give yourself a lot of money with a trainer, and you know, you can buy houses or buy cars or whatever and get all of the achievements that you need to level up. So I'll have to end up doing that, but whatever. That's not that big of a deal. So we have a choice of 2 houses. We have a house or an apartment, or I guess I don't know. Is that an apartment or a condo? I mean, you're buying it for yourself for $150,000 for the same price as an actual house. I'm going to go. Actually, I shall show off the options we have here. So we have virtual tour, which is great. It just basically shows you around the house. You can run through everything, the garage, the interior, the exterior, all that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just buy this here house. Starting out small, it's got a 2-car garage, yada, yada, yada. Here's our little thing for moving in. That is a great shot. The character was completely in the dark. And now, we have a garage, so maybe you should buy a car to put in it, right? So we have a selection of 3 different car manufacturers that we can buy cars from. I do have the Mega Pack installed for the game, so that gives me a whole bunch of extra cars because I still have keys to unlock it because I bought this game and the Mega Pack from Atari like 9 years ago on PC, but you can't download the stuff anymore from their websites, so you're kind of just stuck with you know, trying to find all the files yourself. Like I had to search for an actual download for the Mega Pack from somebody else because you can't just download it. So you have Chevrolet and Saturn, Audi, or Alfa Romeo. And I guess I could show off all the cars. Oh, I don't need to show off all the cars. But I think we'll be going with a couple cars. So we have the dealership, which you can tell it looks like a dealership. It's got a showroom. It's pretty simple. And you have a Saturn Sky and the Saturn Curve, which I can almost afford. I forgot that car was actually in this game, this Saturn Curve thing. But I think we're going to go with the Saturn, or the Sky. And there's a bunch of options down here. You have data, which shows you all the specs for the car. Pretty simple. Details lets you look around the car. Get inside. How do I get inside? That's how you get inside. You can, of course, heart the horn. You can start the car. And also clicking that revs it up. And review. And you can put the windows up and the doors open if you would like to. You can see from the outside here, which is mostly controlled by the controller, and that's all the options for there. So then when you buy the car, you have a couple of options. Not in this car necessarily. You can't really change the wheels or anything on it, but you can change the paint color, which is cool. Make it pretty much any color that you would like. Which I think that green actually looks pretty good, like kind of a British racing green. And you can change the interior color if the car has it. Say this one does not. But there we go. Our car is going to cost $23,000, and those other options like the tires and the paint also cost more money. But we will go ahead and buy this car and receive the keys to our new Saturn Sky, which this car was actually pretty. This car was actually extremely new back in 2006 when this game came out. It just came out. So we now have our own car. Follow your GPS instructions to the start of the race. And we actually have our own car, so we can cruise around in our own car now, instead of having to be on a strict deadline to get a rental car back to the rental car agency. So this game is going to start out pretty slow. Slow cars and pretty small events. But eventually we'll get to the events such as the some of the final ones where you drive around the entire island or through the entire island, which, trust me when I say this map is big for how old this game is. Like, I think it's 40 something in-game miles to get from one side to the other, like, you know, the furthest southern point to the furthest northern point. So this map has some decent mass to it. So we have our interior view, pretty simple, straightforward. Some of the gauges work, a lot of them don't. Pretty much all that works is the speedometer and the odometer, or not speedometer and odometer, the speedometer and the tachometer. There we go. And there are cops in this game that will be upset at you if you run into traffic too much, but in the beginning here they don't actually show up. They don't show up until like later on in the game, or slightly later on, past this tutorial part, kind of.
At the next intersection,
You can see on the exterior, on the heads-up display here, we have our speedometer, tachometer, and an odometer, which is nice, down below. The map, which you can zoom out on if you have a control for it. And then when we get to the event, just hit A, or at least the way I have the control set up, which is like the controls in the Xbox version. And then here, you can look around while you're going around. You can change the speed. Apparently it's just controlled by scrolling your mouse wheel. I've never really actually done that. Change your car here, which I don't have any other cars. Here's our restrictions and the level. And all the other information for the race, how much money you get and all that. So, let's get started on our first race of the game. And it's time to show you how completely amazing the AI are in this game. Which may be slight sarcasm. And by slight, I mean extreme sarcasm. The AI are absolutely awful in this game, as you can tell. Like, I had nothing to do with that at all. That is the AI in a nutshell right there. That was the SSR was the AI in a nutshell. They do get better later on, it's kind of, but this game is generally pretty easy actually. The time attack events do get kind of hard because they're not AI based, so you don't have stupid AI to rely on to help you get first place. But they're not incredibly hard still. You do need the right cars from them, of course, but whatever. But here we are out in first place. I don't think that some brake light on this car does not work for some reason. I just thought about something. I know there's a bunch of DLC that came out for the 360 version of this game that never made it to PC. Kind of curious if there's a mod to like insert all that DLC in the PC version, because that'd be kind of cool. Mainly to have the just all the DLC cars that you could have gotten but you didn't get because the Mega Pack for some reason doesn't have every single car that came as DLC to this game. But I don't know. I'll have to check that out after recording this probably. But there we go. There's a finish of our first race. You can watch a replay or hit next. Get $5,000 for winning. You can retry from this menu, or you can just hit next, and we shall go back to the cruise or the open roam or free roam mode, I guess. Also, it kind of shows up on the top right there, like the section of Oahu we're in. Yada yada yada. But there we go. There's pretty much all of the tutorial related stuff done. But we have to go back to the house, of course, to finish up, and I'll show you around the house a little bit and show you what all you can do in there and whatnot. As of the time I'm recording this, I still have absolutely no clue of how I'm going to section this Let's Play out, because normally I do like, oh, I'll do this section of events and this section of events and this section of events. But like this game, it's way too long to try and do like all of the rookie events and all of the next level events and all that. It'd be like way too long per episode. But each event is going to be like, you know, a few minutes long, ranging to, I think the longest one is like 10 minutes long in the rookie difficulty.
Turn left.
And I'll try and complete all the events before moving on to higher level events.
Your destination is a half
The only reason I wouldn't is because I may not have a car that may be usable for, or may not have any usable cars for set events, because like a lot of them are manufacturer based or, you know, whatever. So here we go. Here we are at our house, almost.
You have reached your destination.
Do a nice slide in there. Car spazzes out every single time in this place whenever you pull in for whatever reason. There's our fancy ass house. And you can leave the Saturn sky outside with the roof down, even though this game does not have weather effects. So in the house we have a couple of tabs here. First is the info, which news is I think it's like whenever you level up and stuff, it says stuff there. You have all your stats right here. You have number of cars, number of whatever, blah 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 blah. Playtime, yada yada yada. Playtime in cars. Percentage time elapsed. Free ride / races. That's kind of cool. Wait. Oh, total distance is covered. I didn't realize. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize you could actually do that. Hold on. But, there's all of that. I've never actually looked through all this before. I've never cared to look through it. Money spent on car rentals, $860. 0.49% of my money. Number of arrests by the police. Total fines. Total houses bought. Number of houses sold. And then rankings are how many races you've completed out of how many races there are, or how many events you've completed, whatever. Photo album is for when you take photos in the game, which I have not done so yet, so there's nothing in there. And game progress is where I was talking about the achievements come in. So you have a bunch of levels here: rookie, amateur, pro, expert, and champion. And then if you switch over to the next tab, you can see it tells you your progress towards every single achievement. You can tell finishing 120 races, successful missions, and all that. And then these are the ones that kind of screw you, the multiplayer ones, which you have to complete ranked matches, which you can't do. Instant victories or instant challenges you can do on this game still, because you can do them against the AI cars that kind of cruise around. Custom challenges you can't do because there's no drive-ins anymore. And club races. And then we have car collection stats, bike collection, different manufacturer collections, clothes collection, because you can collect clothes in this game, and your house collection. Exploration judges how many miles you've driven in the game, and also how many roads you've driven on. And then miscellaneous. This one I will not be able to get because it's an online only one. Also same with that one, and that one. Trade was kind of cool because it was like the auction house on Forza, kind of, but it was before Forza. Before Forza had it, I should say, because Forza 1 didn't have an auction house. So that was kind of cool because you get the car and it would have the amount of miles the person drove on it, whatever. But there's all of the achievements, so you basically get all those and you have to just level up and get as many points as it wants. And other than that, you have the garage, which the garage is a place to admire all your cars from all angles, yada yada yada. It's basically like the dealership. You can look through your cars, do all that, and you can switch through them, and you can see how many miles you've driven, all that, all the stats. Pretty simple. You can list all of your cars and which house they're at, which is also pretty cool. That's about it for the garage. Trade, as I said, was online only. It's kind of like an auction house kind of thing, which I currently cannot do. Which actually... Oh, wait, you can actually sell your cars. I didn't realize that. I thought you had to actually... I never realized you could do that. Huh. I've been playing this game for 12 years, and I never realized you could sell cars without having to trade them in. Because I always thought you had to trade them in towards something else to buy. But apparently not. So that's kind of cool. So there's trade. So you can still use trade, I guess. And then character, you can switch out your character's clothes, dressing room, walk-in closet, biker gear, and you can modify your character's face. Oh my god, there's a lot more in here than I thought there was. I didn't realize... I've never really messed with this. I've never realized that you could actually... Huh. you could actually completely adjust every single thing about your character's head. That is actually interesting. Hair. Short hair. Let's even give a hair closer to mine. No. Color. I don't want shaven head. Alright, where's my hair color? My hair color is like, kind of like that, I guess. Move your head around here, dingus. Skin. No, I am 100% white, so nothing. That's about as white as the game gets. Facial hair. I don't have any facial hair. I honestly never. Oh yeah, that's not working. I never actually realized that you could actually customize this stuff. Why are his eyes yellow? That's kind of weird. And then of course biker gear, you can switch out stuff. And a walk-in closet is all of your clothes that you have, which I think I only have this one. Yeah, I only have the one set of clothes. Get some cool sunglasses. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh wait, I didn't want to. How do I? There we go. Shoes. I have one pair of shoes, it says. So yeah, this game is going to be pretty interesting. And that is the garage, or the garage. That is definitely not the garage. That is, well, I mean, that's everything in the house. So thank you all so much for watching this episode, this first episode of Test Drive Unlimited. And yeah, this series is going to be pretty good. Thank you all for watching, and I'm out of here. See ya.